Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Hey everybody, this is Nick Mayhew, 3-time gold medalist and 3-time world record holder, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
It is an exciting, warm, cozy day today. Beautiful overcast here in New York. No rain yet, but we've been getting a lot of rain in the last couple days, and I've been taking my blanket and catching up on a lot of wonderful films. One in particular that I enjoyed very much, and I would watch it again, and that is The Accountant 2, the new film. I honestly believe it was better than the first. The first was good. This one, in my opinion, was spectacular. I know I will watch it again. It is that day to where we've got the new episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we've got a new episode of Discovery Channel's Last One Standing. So I won't be watching again tonight, even though I would like to. So I've got Last One Standing. I believe that's at, 8 o'clock? Yeah, because it's 2 hours. And then 10, I'm going to watch The Real Housewives, and then I'm going to go to bed. But I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning. So I just may end up watching Last One Standing and just wait until next week, because Bravo always, they're exceptional at recapping previous episodes. I just may end up watching, catching up on both episodes next week. Either way, it's going to be a great night. And after I'm done with this, I'm heading to the gym. I'm doing my red light therapy. I'm doing my massage beds, and I'm going to get a kick-ass workout in. That's for sure. Whether you're listening to us on the iOS or Android app, power985.com, Alexa, or any other platforms, thank you for being with us today. Also, you can catch Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Biz Talk Radio. That's biztalkradio.com. However, we always love to have you here, most importantly at Power 98.5, to catch everything first, exclusive, and up front and center, including incredible news that we've got for you today. Victoria Mail, have you heard of her? Because she's got something worthwhile to be talking about, and that's Whatever Happened to Baby J. It's a one-night only live table read of Victoria Mail's hilarious and heartfelt new comedy, and it's tonight, right, Victoria? Tomorrow, June 9th.
Tomorrow. We're partying like it's 1999 on a Monday.
You are an internationally recognized screenwriter, earning accolades from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science, film festivals, and major industry lists. Most recently, you consulted for the popular entertainment app Galata TV. Is that it? Is it Galatia?
Galatea. It's a Greek mythology reference, if you believe it or not.
And we have it here in the States, right?
Yes, Galatea TV. It's worldwide, I believe. I know they're headquartered in Germany, but they definitely have a presence here, and you can access it here in the U.S.
I got to look that up. And we've got Pocket FM. I have heard of Pocket FM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, they're everywhere.
Your credits are incredible. You are a New Jersey native, so from my home state as well. We've got that connection. Where do you want to begin? Because this has got an all-star lineup. Whatever Happened to Baby J?
You're so sweet. Thank you. I mean, I'd like to begin by just thanking you. Thank you so much for having me on this. It's also a cozy, I'm calling in from Los Angeles. It's also a cozy, overcast Sunday here. And you put the biggest smile on my face with your intro because I heard my old Ghostbusting buddy, Dan Aykroyd, on the so, oh my gosh, it's been a minute since I've heard Dan's voice. So that was fabulous. But yeah, I'm happy to I think you touched on the important things, especially that I'm a Jersey girl. Maybe we start there because this live table read that I'm doing of a script I wrote called Whatever Happened to Baby J. It's actually, in addition to being the most fun, the most 90s Y2K fun you're going to have on a Monday, it's also a fundraiser for the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children, which is headquartered in New Jersey. It's headquartered up in Newark, and they do life-saving work for pretty much. They started with children back in the 80s, but now they're out there helping everyone who in low-income areas whose lives are impacted by HIV/AIDS.
Mm. This is to get tickets. Is it only on squadup.com or where is it on Eventbrite?
It's not on Eventbrite due to rules by my fabulous venue, Dynasty Typewriter. But if it's easier for everyone listening, they can go to bit.ly/babyjtickets, and that'll take you right to the ticketing site. So you can get your in-person tickets if you're here in LA and you want to come down and party tomorrow night. And then the great thing about Dynasty Typewriter, the venue where we're having this event, is they do live streams. So no matter where you are in the world, you can tune in to the live stream by digital ticket. And I believe the digital ticket allows for 7-day replay. So if I have a lot of friends actually tuning in from the UK who I think it's when we start the event, it'll be like 3 a.m. their time. So they don't have to stay up all night to watch it. They can watch it for the next week at their leisure.
The live streams actually work. And we all know this from, during a pandemic, a lot of people resorted to doing live stream. Mm-hmm. And I like it. I've watched film festivals live stream. Right. And it's fantastic. Yeah. And it's only $25.
Yeah, and then again, the great thing is Dynasty. If y'all don't know about the venue, they're they're full-throatedly Los Angeles's comedy clubhouse, and they are going to make the live stream look great. It's not someone like going live on their iPhone in the back of the house. We have a 3-camera setup, and it's going to look great. And then it's $25, and every penny of your ticket goes to the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children. So I've worked very hard I can't believe it's been 6 months on this event to make sure that everyone is getting the most bang for their buck for a good cause.
And there is an in-person raffle.
Yes. So a big reason why I wanted to do this event for the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children is because my grandfather, it was the last charity my grandfather donated to before he died in 1989. And then my father, who's also no longer with us, did a charity golf outing to benefit the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children for 25 years. So now that I'm kind of coming into my own as an adult and with my career, I just felt like it was time to really focus on this amazing family legacy I have of giving back. And I'm a much better writer than I am golfer, much to my late father's chagrin. But I can hold my own on the links, but I'm a little more comfortable in front of the laptop. And so I wanted to put together a fundraising event that was in effect my golf outing. And my golf outing is a table read about a script or a table read of a script that's all about boy bands and millennial nostalgia. That all being said, at our family golf outing that we did for 25 years, we always had a raffle. So it was very important to me for this event that we also did a raffle. Your in-person ticket gets you 2 free entries into the raffle. And I'm really proud to say that we've had some very generous people contribute. So there's over $7,000 worth of prizes you can win tomorrow night. Yeah. And we have something for everyone. We have We have yoga classes to sign scripts by, the cast of Boy Meets World and one of the creators of The Office, or my industry folk, to I have some very large Star Wars statues sitting in my place right now. So
I
we have
want
something
them.
for the geeks. Okay, great. We got Grogu and the Mandalorian.
Oh my God.
So yes, so we have something for everyone. And it's going to be a ton of fun. And yeah, the script's all about a woman who didn't realize that she married her boy band crush growing up. Because unlike certain people who are alumni of boy bands, this guy didn't go solo and become a big Baby J didn't go solo and become a big star. He just completely dropped off the face of the earth, changed his name, got his nose job, lived as a normal person. But someone's kidnapped him and wants him to, do a reunion tour with his fake boy band, to us, real in the script, Five of Hearts. So our lead, Olivia, has to team up with her husband's old boy band to find him.
I'm going through. It's got a really good cast. I know that. Where do I have it? We've got Jennifer Smith. We've got Michael Olivier. I guarantee he's gonna grab the attention of so many people. But there's even more. Like you've got over 10 people?
Yes. So Jennifer is a dear friend of mine and our executive music producer. She's worked on shows like Behind the Music and Uncharted, which was a documentary with Alicia Keys. She's going to be in New York. I think we do Baby J on Monday night, and then she gets on a plane to go appear at the Tribeca Film Festival because she worked on the new Becky G documentary, Rebecca. But yes, my whole goal with this event, when I was casting the table read, was to cast it with icons from the 90s and early aughts. So we have Miss Stephanie Tanner herself, Jodie Sweetin from Full House, is reading the lead role of Olivia. And then Drew Seeley from High School Musical and Another Cinderella Story and also all your favorite Hallmark movies, is reading Baby J. And then the fake boy band, Five of Hearts, is made up of a lot of great heartthrobs from the early aughts and 90s. We have Maiko, who's a dear friend of mine who was on Glee. He's one of the guys in the boy band. We have Dale Gabaldo from the Mickey Mouse Club. We have Nate Richert from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Garrett Clayton from Teen Beach Movie on Disney Channel. So a lot of nostalgic, iconic figures from like millennials to Gen Z's childhood. Mm-hmm. And then also I would be remiss if I didn't mention, since I'm talking to you on Tony Sunday, that we do have Tony winner Marissa Jarrett Winokur reading a role in this script, which I'm so excited about. And I'm already mentally preparing myself because I'm such a little theater nerd not to get too weird at her tomorrow. And then we also have Elisa Donovan from Clueless is reading our Britney Spears character. Doug Jones, who's a world-class actor, does all the creature work for Guillermo del Toro. He was Billy Butcherson in Hocus Pocus. He's also reading a role. And then we have since I was a Gleek very much in high school and college, we also have Rami Rosemont from Glee reading a role. So it's, as you said, I'm incredibly grateful and still quite flabbergasted that we have an incredible all-star nostalgic cast reading this comedy that's all about nostalgia and boy bands.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I don't know. I have to survive till tomorrow night, Steven. No problem.
Well, I just finished mine, but like you said, you're having lots and lots of coffee and you're going to get through it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you.
You don't have to mention it, but the situation that you were dealing with yesterday, the other day or so when we were chatting, did that get sorted out perfectly for you?
It got sorted out. I don't know perfectly, but yes, of course, my car broke down the weekend before this event. And so Stephen and I were chatting a couple of days ago while I was in a tow truck on the way to the Honda dealership. Because, it's just all glamour and glitz here in Los Angeles. But yes, so I have a rental, so I will be able to transport all of the raffle gifts from my place to the venue so everyone can win their Star Wars statues and signed scripts and gift cards to various places. But of course, it's so Murphy's Law, where it's the weekend before the event. This is a brand new car, and it breaks down. I'm like, I'm a writer. I work from home. I'm really privileged that way. And I was like, this is the one weekend I need my car. But thankfully, that's worked out. I have a vehicle, and that's all that matters.
It proves your resilience, because one, you could have chosen to allow this situation to overtake you and to overwhelm you to not have answered the phone when I called. Two, you held an extensive, in-depth conversation with me while not giving any sign that there was something happening like that in the background. And then third, it really speaks volumes about you, Victoria, of who you are as a person, as a woman, as a business person, as a creator, that you somehow have decided in your life that you're going to be in control of how you feel and respond to things in your life.
Oh, that's so incredibly kind of you to say. And I'm so glad we're recording this, because I will be playing that beautiful sentiment you just said over and over again. I think, honestly, I know we talked a little bit about my credits. I worked for Ivan Reitman for 5 years, who was the director of the original Ghostbusters movies, and he produced Animal House and Old School. And that's why I know our mutual friend, Dan Aykroyd. And I think I had the great privilege of working on movies like Ghostbusters Afterlife that came out in 2021. And I think I got a really good boot camp in producing through my half a decade with Ivan, and just powering through. And then we were also saying yesterday that, New Jerseyans we're built different. No one does it quite like us. And then also, I actually have to give credit to my dad. My dad, I didn't understand this. I used to hear this growing up, and I never understood it until I was a member of the workforce. But my father owned his own business and worked 100% on commission, which makes my brain want to explode and drip out of my ears, because he provided so much for my sister and I and my mom growing up. And so I think I just had a really great role model, whether it was my employers or my parents, of putting your nose to the grindstone and putting a smile on your face and just getting through it.
I'm going to give credit to it again. We are built that way as New Jersey people.
Yeah.
We really are. I mean, New York, Pennsylvania, the surrounding states, I mean, they can't touch our resilience. We really are different. We're in the same geographic location, but we are extremely built differently. Jersey people are.
Yes, because also the people in Pennsylvania and New York aren't getting the crap that we are about being from New Jersey.
Oh, seriously? Yes, thank you. And you know what? It's like people forget about Pennsylvania and Connecticut. You know that?
Right. Yeah.
It's only Jersey or New York.
Right. Yes. Yeah, it's so funny, because I went to high school and college in North Carolina, and there was very much a point where I had to decide if I was going to apologize. And it was also when New Jersey was like the subject of every single reality show. So there was a very specific perception, because I believe you and I are both Italian. There was a very specific perception of people from New Jersey whose names or whose surnames end in a vowel. And I had to make that choice of like, am I going to apologize for it and be ashamed of it? Or am I just going to own it and be like, yeah, I'll flip the table. Don't piss me off.
Yep.
And I chose the latter, and I have no regrets.
Nope.
I'm very proudly a Jersey girl.
Mm-hmm. And it's amazing how you're living in LA, because I did LA for a year and I had a great time. But I would say that it was made very clear to me, and this was back in 2012, but I guarantee you things haven't changed. It was made very clear to me when I lived in California that how California people felt about us East Coast people, especially when we set boundaries and stand up for ourselves.
Yeah. For sure. I think I think California actually felt a little easier for me because I'd had 8 years in that. If you think that like LA and California is a trip, the North Carolinians, and I adore them, but they're also a very specific breed. So California felt like, okay, the skin's a little thicker over here. That's okay. Okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. After 8 years of bless your heart. So,
well, I would say it could be because of the tornadoes and the storms and snakes that I literally, I was in North Carolina and South Carolina due to my dad in the military. And I never thought in a million years, Victoria, I would see in broad daylight huge snakes. I'm not talking about gardener snakes. I'm talking about huge, at least 8-foot snakes crawling in the middle of the road.
Yeah, they're no joke down there. And then now in California, I was just talking to a neighbor who, my mother also came out here, and she lives in Orange County here in California, and we were talking to a neighbor of hers and she found this huge snake in her yard, and I just looked at her and I went, God, I left North Carolina for a reason. Why is this happening? Why are we dealing with this? Because we get the snakes and we get the coyotes too. So it's a whole wildlife adventure here in Southern California.
Mm-hmm. We're going to go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying though, like I don't know, I guess all the deer and stuff, and I'm not as fazed by the wild, because I grew up with it as the wildlife in New Jersey. Though I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that makes us all pull our hair out that I can't recall because I'm only 1 cup of coffee in.
We're going to do something called Do You Remember?
Oh, great.
We're going back to November 13th, 2023. You wrote, risk is an essential factor in the creative process. To create is to take a risk. Initially, sharing my writing and ideas with others felt as risky and revealing as taking my clothes off in front of them. Whenever I sit down to work on a new project, I'm taking a risk. I have no idea if this idea will work, let alone if people will respond to it favorably and invest in it. However, I also firmly believe that the best art exists because of risk. And a recent example of that comes to mind in the film Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Do you want to respond to that?
Yes. I'm glad I've sounded coherent once in my life. So the initial response is gratitude. I mean, I wholeheartedly stand by that. I think that was also when I was going through the rounds of the Nickel Fellowship, which is the Academy, the people who give out the Oscars, their screenwriting competition. I was a finalist for the year 2023, so I was the top 13 scripts out of 5,500 or 5,600, I think, which is, it's like one of, the biggest honors you can receive as an emerging screenwriter. And I only made it there because I took a risk and I sent my script. Even after I sent this script I wrote about the making of Singing in the Rain in 2023. And then, all of a sudden I was top 13 being recognized by the Academy. But the year before I'd also submitted that script and didn't even make the quarterfinals. So I think risk is so important. I'm taking a huge risk with Baby J. I can't even count how many nights I've lost sleep regarding this event and making sure that everything is smooth and enjoyable and a ton of freaking fun tomorrow night. And I think also where we are in the industry right now just highlights the importance of risk, because I think people aren't fully in love with the kind of media that the major studios and streamers are putting out right now. And me and the creative community, we all look at each other, and it's because we're getting these messages of we have to mitigate risk and be risk averse and not take any risks. And I think in most businesses, that's a really smart strategy. It does not work in art. It does not work in a creative film, or a creative field rather. And I think of Everything Everywhere All at Once, which was so bizarre and wacky and imaginative. And yet I was sobbing in the theater over a conversation between two rocks. And it's because I feel like those filmmakers, the Daniels, just went absolutely balls to the wall and took tons of risks with casting, storytelling, at like every aspect of that film. That's why it was such a critical and a popular success. And I also think of Barbie too. I think that was a film where I think the studio took a risk in just hiring a fantastic filmmaker and just letting her make her film and letting it be weird and kind of odd, but still incredibly heartfelt. And then Warner Brothers made $1.5 billion. So even when those are the conversations I have with myself when I can't sleep and I'm worried about how something would go. I think risk is absolutely necessary when you're doing almost just about anything, but especially when you're in a creative field.
For those that are joining us today on Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio and Biz Talk Radio, we have Victoria Mail, who is an internationally recognized screenwriter. She's earned tons of, I'm going to say, award-winning style accolades. She hails and is originally from New Jersey, currently in LA. And she's got a one-night-only live table read of her, Victoria Mail's, hilarious and heartfelt new comedy happening Monday, June 9th at Dynasty Typewriter in Los Angeles. And it's called Whatever Happened to Baby J. I'm proud of you. I want to hear that this is a sold-out show. I really, really do. And actually, if we can backpedal just slightly, are we getting near tickets selling out, or where are we?
We are clipping away. There's still some in-person tickets available. So if you go to bit.ly/babyjtickets, you can grab yours and support the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children, because all ticket sales are going to an amazing cause. And then the nice thing about our live stream option, our digital ticket option, is that you can't sell out because it's digital. So we are closing in on selling out in person, and then you can get your live stream ticket if that does hopefully happen, or if you're in a different part of the world, or even if you're just in LA and you don't want to deal with rush hour traffic on a Monday, you can get your live stream ticket, which allows for a 7-day replay.
And you can't beat it. Doors open up at 6:30. There is a raffle. Live stream is $25. In person is $60, but it includes 2 entries into the raffle event. And I just come to find out that there are statues, Star Wars statues, sitting in Victoria's place right now that belong to me. And they end up putting them into the raffle. I am withdrawing them from the raffle and will be shipping them to you. That is smart.
Yes. And then also we're doing a whole Y2K photo booth. So everyone's encouraged. I love a theme. I don't know if you can tell. I love a theme. So everyone's encouraged, if you're coming out to celebrate with us tomorrow night in LA, wear your best throwback looks. Everyone's getting a photo on the red carpet, and we have a photo booth option with a ton of, next to the Star Wars statues in my place, I have all the props for our Y2K themed photo booth. So everyone's going to should they want to, have great souvenirs and keepsakes from the evening. In addition to hopefully the ab workout that is laughing at this insane cast I have somehow put together to read the script I wrote last summer in a sleep-deprived fugue state about boy bands.
I'm happy for you, because this isn't something so easy to necessarily do. This is for a nonprofit. It's to memory serves me correctly. It's to, don't say anything. Let me find it. It's the event supports the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children and will be live streamed globally. And that's all the proceeds, as you said earlier, Victoria, go to the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children.
Indeed, they do.
The cast is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. No one's taking an income. Every single person that's part of this project is doing this out of the kindness of their heart.
Yes, which I can't think about too much because I'll just start screaming and crying from gratitude and excitement. Yes, because we have some major names like Jodie Sweetin, Drew Seeley, Elisa Donovan, Doug Jones. I could go on and on and on.
Michael Olivier.
Michael Olivier from Glee, Tony winner, Marissa Jarrett Whittaker. Everyone is coming out on a Monday night of all nights.
Monday, yeah.
Well, part of that too is because my father, when he had his charity golf outing for the AIDS Research Foundation, it was always a Monday, so it felt fitting.
It works.
Continue. Yes, but all of these amazing nostalgic stars are coming out on a Monday night to read a script that I am told is very funny. I would be loath to call my own writing hilarious, but I mean, it cracks me up. But I wasn't sleeping last summer when I wrote it. But everyone's coming out to read this amazing script for an amazing cause, and it's going to be a party. I think that was my goal with this too. How can we do something good for charity in a way that everyone can enjoy and fills our cups as well as gives back.
You once said, so much of risk for artists and creatives is the risk of being vulnerable enough to put yourself out there. Many people seem to be too afraid to take a risk, but I can confidently assure you that putting your ideas into the universe won't kill you. And even if it's met with rejection, you will recover. It'll suck, and you might need a while, but you will recover, and the reward of your risk will be that much sweeter.
I just want to know what I was on when I said this. You're making me sound so smart and profound.
I read it verbatim. That's what you wrote.
I know, you're so kind. But you have great delivery, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's I can count. I would need several hands to count on the amount of times I've fallen flat on my face just in this process of putting this event together, and all the risks I've taken that haven't panned out. But look what did. I think it's if I was raised as an overachiever, straight A student, and I think so much of my life was that risk aversion and just being perfect and not, the fear of making a mess. But now, as I'm writing full time and as a creator, it's the only way. It's the only way I will ever, and I think any of us will ever advance, and not just in a career sense, but as people, is by getting a little messy and taking a risk. And I know intimately how vulnerable it is when you're putting your art out there, because you're also putting your heart and your soul. But I think, look what I've been able, the little girl from New Jersey, has been able to pull off with this event, and these amazing actors and all these kind people giving their time or services, just through taking a risk and putting stuff out there. This is also, an unknown a piece of intellectual property, this script. It's not like we're live reading a movie from 20 years ago that everyone loves. This is a new property. And because I took a risk and sent it to a bunch of actors, so a lot of amazing talent said yes. And now I can go take that to a ton of producers. Once, we've made the donation to the AIDS Research Foundation, and I've slept for a week after Monday night.
You said, as a resident of the 90210, I take showing people the real Beverly Hills very seriously. Therefore, if it was a Sunday, I insist on starting the day at the Beverly Hills Farmers Market in the morning. It's a hidden gem with great food. And do you know, I've never gone there, and I should have when I lived there.
Oh my gosh. When you come back, it's right in front of UTA. Mm-hmm. It's heaven. That's where I go to reset my nervous system. Cause I do think a lot of people have this idea. I'm stealing a line from Mad Men here, where people think of Beverly Hills as more of an idea than an actual place. Mm-hmm. And I've had the good fortune of living here for 10 years. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's also really kind of hopefully taken a lot of, I'm trying to find the right word. I think in the immortal words of 90s icon Shania Twain, it just now a lot doesn't impress me much, because when you're surrounded by all the money and the glitz and the glam, and you're surrounded to a point where you're saturated by it, you start not to care about those material things, and like the flashy stuff. And the stuff that really is important is how people treat others, and especially the most, the people who aren't glitzy and flashy. But that's all to say, it is fun to walk up and down Rodeo Drive, but there are some really beautiful hidden spots in Beverly Hills. And I do love the farmers market. It's a great way to support small businesses. They usually have music playing. They have Kings Road coffee. They always have the Kings Road coffee truck, which is some of the best coffee in LA, and a Lifeline. And then because I am a 6-year-old who loves NSYNC trapped in a grown woman's body, I love the. They also will have like a petting zoo and pony rides every week, and there is something about just having your cup of coffee and like watching the little baby animals be cute that's like very life affirming and like soul soothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be out there. I know something's going to bring me back out there.
Next time we'll go get some coffee from the Kings Road truck and hang out at the Beverly Hills Farmers Market.
Please, and I may have 2 coffees.
oh yeah, no. We'll get yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, that went without saying. That's on me. I've only had 1 today.
Oh, real? Oh no, I already had 2. I tried to limit to at least 2 or 1. Here's the thing. I don't know if you've known this. Okay. So scientifically, it's said that our cortisol levels are already high in the morning when we wake up. It helps with the wake up.
Right.
And then it's recommended to not drink coffee because coffee adds to increasing the cortisol levels even more. And do you know that I don't know that my cortisol levels are high, and really the effects of the coffee and everything else, especially early in the day, until something pisses me off. And then I'm like, oh, I drank too much coffee, because now I'm feeling the agitation and the irritability.
I hear you. I have had my cortisol tested recently. It's off the chart.
Really? Would you say,
yes.
What is that? What do you mean? Like numbers wise? Like how
like 8 points above like the normal, the kind of normal healthy range for an adult woman. But I'm like, you know what? Too bad. I need coffee to live. And I you know what? We all have our burdens to carry. But I think for me, I need it to function. And then I'm the opposite, because I've been very bad with this event prep, where I'll just have coffee and not eat. And then I'm great for the first couple hours of the day. And then around like 1 p.m., I'm sorry, I feel like I'm talking to a fellow nerd, so I can make an Avengers reference where I'm like, I'm Peter Parker in Avengers. Oh my God, what's the one where they all get snapped? It's the Infinity War. Sorry. God. Okay. Wow. I really need more coffee if I'm blanking on the title of that film. Where I'm Peter Parker in Avengers Infinity War. Like, I don't feel so good. Like Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. And then I have to like lie down for 10 minutes and then keep like make more coffee and just keep going. But yes, no, I know it's all about limits. I'm very excited after tomorrow night to start a cortisol lowering journey, but I cannot begin that journey until after tomorrow night, after everyone's laughed their butts off at Baby J and gone home, hopefully with some great prizes. Or I also forgot to mention, every member of our audience, both digital and in person, are getting exclusive discounts to Libro FM and the screenwriting software Writer Duet. And Libro FM is kind of like the Kindle of audiobooks, or it's an independent version of Audible, basically. So once everyone's gone home with their discounts and the lucky winners, including Steven, of their raffle prizes, I'm really excited to not leave my bed for 5 to 7 business days.
Well, I'm owning a phone call away if you need anyone and to scream
so
at the top of your
kind.
lungs of celebration. Seriously, you deserve it.
Oh, you're so kind. I know. Steve and I were strangers yesterday, and then by the end of our phone call, I feel like we're bonded for life.
We are.
Bonded. But just some fun Saturday bonding in the tow truck on the phone.
Like I said, you handled yourself so well. I would never have thought that was going on.
Kind. I was, and just to pull the curtain back, because I feel like I would grow up. When I was growing up, I'd see these people I admired, and I just thought they all had it together. And I was like, God, I'm just like this walking, talking mess. There was a lot of like freaking out to my best friend and mother, and then you called. I'm like, hi, so lovely to talk to you. So it's all just knowing where the right outlets are, like the right proverbial pillows to scream in, so you can have your game face on.
I would say I'm surprised how fast this has gone. But once again, we are lifelong New Jersey partners in the business. I want to thank you for being a guest on my show, giving me the opportunity to talk about this incredible opportunity to help the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children. And anything else you want to drop or let us know about whatever happened to Baby J, tickets, prizes? I mean, I love hearing about the Star Wars statue. You can keep statues. You can keep telling me that over and over again, but go ahead, plug it in.
Yes, please. Thank you. Well, first of all, again, thank you so much for having me on. It's been such a wonderful way to spend my Monday morning chatting with you. Yes, tickets, both in person and digital tickets for whatever happened to Baby J. Can just type into your browser bit.ly/babyj, and it's just the letter J, tickets, and that'll take you to our ticketing site where you can purchase your ticket and contribute to the AIDS Resource Foundation for Children. If you want to know more about the $7,000 worth of raffle prizes we have for everyone tomorrow night, who will be joining us at Dynasty Typewriter, and learn more about our fabulous, awe-inspiring cast, you can go to the show's Instagram page, which is just Whatever Happened to Baby J Reading. It's at Whatever Happened to Baby J Reading. And there's more info about the event and all the goodies and the stars and myself and the cause and our incredible creative team. We also are going to have original music. That's the one thing I forgot to say. I called one of my best friends last summer I'm like, can you just write me like a fake bye so I can put it in the script? And now that song that started as a voice note of my friend Ryan just singing a cappella to me, is now a fully produced single, has been produced by a Grammy nominated participant, music producer, and has Drew Seeley singing on it. And the only way to hear that song is to tune in digitally or come on down to Dynasty Typewriter on Monday.
And is there any other projects that you're doing besides this after? Anything else happening later this year, at the end of the year, early 2026?
Nothing. I hate to be that person. Nothing I can talk about. I feel like, the industry is in such a state of contraction right now. So I feel very, 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 very blessed to be working, to be paid to write at a time like this. And I'm very happy to say there's some stuff cooking, but nothing I can talk about just yet, frustratingly. So it's all Baby J. It's just Baby J, until hopefully maybe Baby J, sleep. And then maybe some stuff coming out later this summer or in the fall that I can hopefully come back and share with you.
I appreciate it. Well, thank you so much, Victoria, and have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow, Monday, June 9th, is going to be huge. Once again, a live table reading of Whatever Happened to Baby J. Doors open at 6:30. You can either get your tickets in person or online. It includes 2 entries into the event raffle. Live stream is $25. I have to ask what we didn't cover. Does the live stream include the raffle or just the in-person?
Just the in-person.
Okay, that's not a problem. That's still good.
But again, the raffle, you still get 2 exclusive discount codes to Libro FM and Writer Duet. So everyone's walking away with something.
Yeah, and you're walking away with doing something phenomenal to help support an incredible nonprofit and something your father valued very much.
Yes. And again, I very, very fortunate to have been raised with such a legacy of giving back and service.
Thank you, Victoria. Anything else at all, or is that good?
That's good. I know. I just feel like you and I could talk like literally for the whole afternoon. So I'm like, all right, just shh, Victoria. Shh.
No, this is your
Steven
time.
Get back to his Sunday. No. I'll if you have a couple bucks to spare to come on down to Dynasty tomorrow night, or to tune in to live stream, you would be helping so many children and families who are impacted by HIV/AIDS, and getting to laugh while you do it.
Love it. Thank you. It's wonderful. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in to Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio. And you can catch this episode on Biz Talk Radio. That's biztalkradio.com. If you happen to not catch this live, you can listen to this live on any one of your favorite podcast platforms, whether Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Amazon Music. All the latest and greatest in radio, it's news and more, whether it's reality TV, music, film, sports, and events. Once again, that of which is Whatever Happened to Baby J. Doors open 6:30, Monday, June 9th. In-person, $60, includes 2 entries into the event raffle. Live stream is $25. Either way, you're not going to be disappointed. It's huge. It is being brought to you by Victoria Mail, who is an internationally recognized screenwriter, earning global accolades across the board. And she is recognized with the Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts. Her work, and she's been recognized by film festivals and major industry lists. Maybe we can keep a little shh. Maybe those lists are secret. Maybe we'll hand them out in a private conversation. Who knows? Either way, you can go to victoriamail.com and learn more about her. Look at her past interviews, contact, projects. Check out her Instagram. Let me head on over there right now. Her Instagram is Victoria Mail, and then the number 1. Have a great day, everyone. Live well, be well, smile a lot, regret nothing, and get your time in, whether it's meditation, walking, grounding. Get those grounding shoes. I think I'm going to be buying a pair very soon. Actually, I know I'm going to be buying a pair very soon. And enjoy the weather. Move, move, move. You never know what is stuck until you move. And I'm telling you, it's a world of wonder. And I'm going to be moving very soon as well. Literally, a literal moving, and I'm looking forward to it. Another area here in New Jersey, still staying in the country, and I'm going to the gym, so I'm going to be doing a lot of moving there, moving around. Breathe, live well, and have a great day.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.